Now at 10, authorities released findings from the investigation of 2 shooting deaths near Miller, Missouri. Plus, lawmakers approve a measure to avoid a nationwide disruption of rail service. And Academy Sports and Outdoors partners with the Joplin Fire Department to give back to the community.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Authorities investigating 2 shooting deaths in southwest Missouri say it looks like a case of murder-suicide. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. The deaths were discovered in Lawrence County, west of Miller, Missouri, Monday afternoon. But the Sheriff's Department released their findings and the names today. Officers went to the home this week after receiving a call that a person had not been heard from since before Thanksgiving. Inside, they found the body of 55-year-old Caleb Kingsley of Miller. Investigators say he had been shot in the head while asleep in bed. They also found the body of 43-year-old Linda Kennedy of Chetopa, Kansas. The Sheriff's Office says she died of a self-inflicted gunshot. Investigators say the 2 knew each other and there is no threat to the community. A nationwide rail strike has been avoided after Congress stepped in, but some union workers are not happy with the results. Reporter Dan Lieberman has details.
The joint resolution is passed.
With that vote in the Senate, Congress is sending a bill to President Biden's desk that will avert a nationwide rail strike in the middle of the holiday season.
Avoid the rail strike, keep the rails running, keep things moving.
The bill binds the rail companies to a deal that the White House helped negotiate in September, which 4 of the 12 unions later rejected. It prevents 115,000 railway workers from walking off the job, which could have cost the economy $2 billion a day. 15 Republicans voted against the deal, arguing Congress shouldn't meddle in a labor negotiation.
I'm not going to vote to impose an agreement that the workers have explicitly voted on and explicitly rejected.
The deal includes 24% raises over 5 years and some bonus payments, but does not include the 7 days of paid sick leave.
It's unfortunate that this happened, and we're going to continue to fight the sick leave issue outside of contract.
A measure that would have given rail workers sick days failed to reach the 60 votes needed in the Senate after only 6 Republicans voted yes.
They are one of the few industries in America today that have 0 sick paid leave.
President Biden says he'll sign the bill as soon as it hits his desk and vowed to keep fighting for sick leave. Dan Lieberman, CBS News.
President Biden says he wants to work on paid sick leave not just for the rail workers, but for all Americans. Some of China's largest cities are easing COVID restrictions while police watch for any new protests. Thousands of people blasted the government's COVID policies over the weekend in China's largest public demonstrations in decades. The government may now be trying to diffuse public anger and prevent a larger outbreak of protests. Getting cold out there and windy. Let's check in with Doug.
Yeah, not an awful day for us today, but a lot of clouds across the region. We went to 53, but a cold start at 24 during the morning hours, right about where we should be for the beginning of December. We're sitting mainly into the upper 40s outside right now. 48 Oswego, 47 in Neosho, Pittsburgh 47. We're at 50 at Grand Lake, and our temperatures, they're really not going to drop off too much more tonight. We have some clouds and these southerly winds keeping our temperatures up. Still pretty breezy, winds 15 to 20 miles per hour, and these will actually increase a little bit throughout the overnight hours. A lot of clouds starting to thicken up, so we're going to have mostly cloudy skies by the time we head into the daytime hours on Friday. Through the overnight hours, we hold into the 50s or 40s back to 52 by 10 a.m. Lots to talk about. Winter forecast. We're going to look at our next storm system, all coming up here in just a bit.
Then, Academy Sports and Outdoors teamed up with the Joplin Fire Department to give back to the community. Academy provided a $3,000 Academy gift card to go toward the fire department's holiday donation drive. The department then went shopping at Academy to buy gifts for families in need.
It's kind of contagious. You get involved and you help a little bit, and then over time everybody just enjoys that feeling of helping other people. As firefighters, we just love to help people, and it's just a wonderful time of the year because everybody's involved.
This is the second consecutive year the two have teamed up. Every gift purchase will stay in the Joplin area. Some college students are helping make Christmas a little brighter for some local kids. Missouri Southern's Accounting Club has partnered with KOAM's Toy Box year after year to help children in our area have a brighter Christmas morning. They collect toys on campus that are donated from MSSU's students and staff. The students are learning they can make a difference in children's lives.
I think it's important for them to know that not everybody has the same opportunities that they have had, that maybe they're more blessed than some other kids, and that they can actually make a difference in somebody else's life.
You can contribute a toy or a monetary donation to the Toy Box Project. Just go to our website, koamnewsnow.com/toybox. The city of Neosho, Missouri got in the Christmas spirit today by turning on its Christmas lights at Big Spring Park. The event also featured Christmas carols and a reading of the Christmas story.
Well, everybody loves the holidays. A lot of good things. Like I said, this is kicking off our Neosho holiday season. We've got the parade this Saturday. It's just a good time.
Clifford the Big Red Dog was also on hand to give out books to students. Speaking of dogs, maybe not as big as Clifford, Bissell Pet Foundation is bringing holiday hope to shelter pets in Joplin. The foundation is a national animal welfare organization dedicated to ending pet homelessness. The Joplin Humane Society joined more than 275 shelters participating in the Empty the Shelters Holiday Hope event. As part of the event, they're offering $25 adoption fees for cats, dogs, kittens, and puppies.
The more that we can get out and into homes for the holidays, the more space that opens up for the animals in the community that need our help. So.
The Joplin Humane Society began participating today, and the event will end on the 11th. For information on how to adopt, download the KOAM News Now app. Later, the Missouri Southern women's basketball team looks to stay undefeated, and we're going to hear from this guy.
Plus, the winds are really going to start to pick up as we go into the daytime hours tomorrow. We'll have those details coming up. Well, of course, we had a lot of clouds outside today, and it was windy, but it was warmer than what we saw yesterday, which is good news. We're heading in the right direction. Our temperatures, they're not going to drop off too much more tonight. 49 is where we sit. We may get to about 45. Southerly winds at 21, but humidity is bone dry at about 28%. Look at these southerly winds have actually increased throughout the evening hours. These are sustained winds at about 15 to 25. And then we've been getting gusts 25, upwards of 30, upwards of 35 miles per hour at times, and these are going to actually just crank up a little bit more as we go through the rest of the overnight hours. A lot of mid, a lot of upper level clouds, but you can see the clouds thickening up out to our west. So I do think by morning we're going to have mostly cloudy skies, a little bit of moisture down through Texas, southern parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas. Most of this will stay south, but we can't rule out a random sprinkler or two. And then here's our main storm system, which is going to drag through a very strong cold front as we get into tomorrow evening. All right, a lot of clouds tonight, kind of hang out mid to upper 40s. As we go through the morning hours, mostly cloudy skies. We pop into the mid 50s by noon, and then we top out right around 60, maybe even a little bit higher, mid 60s in our western counties where you guys get a little bit more sunshine. Here comes our cold front. Here's 10:30 Friday evening, a few showers, may even get a few little thunder showers as it passes out, and then much cooler temperatures work in by Saturday morning as we drop into the upper 20s to near 30. But Saturday, high temps only about 40 to about 42 degrees, so it is going to cool down quite a bit by Saturday. Day plan of 47 to start, 55 by noon, high of 60. We'll back down to 58 by 5. Winds are going to be strong. Winds are going to be gusting 35, 40, maybe 45 miles per hour by morning. As we get into the afternoon, 40 to about 45, maybe even upwards to 50 miles per hour. So watch the trash can because it could be gone by the time you head into tomorrow evening. High of 60, 42 Saturday, a few showers Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and then again late next week. Now coming up right after the break, your winter forecast. All right, it's that time of year again. It's the winter long forecast. It's December 1st. What are we going to see over the next 3 months? How much snow? How much cold? How much ice are we going to get across the area? Plus, it's our third year in a row that we are in a La Nina. So, of course, what is a La Nina? which is very atypical, seeing 3 years in a row. We haven't done it in 100 years. It's the cooling of the ocean waters near the equator, but it gives us a normal jet stream from the Pacific Northwest into the southern plains, but we get big Arctic outbreaks, very similar to what we've had over the past 2 La Niñas, and that's what we're going to see again this year. I also use the Hetty pattern. This I've been working on for about 25 years. A unique pattern that sets up every September, and it lasts for the next 12 months. Now, in the pattern is a recurring cycle. So when I say pattern, I mean, wow, that's been a drought or a lot of rain, or that was a cold winter. That's the pattern. But inside the pattern is a recurring cycle from 40 to 68 days. When you find the cycle, then you can really pinpoint when storm systems are going to move into our area. Plus, the pattern is influenced by La Nina and El Nino. So let's look at the 2 main features in this year's pattern. Jet stream spikes into Canada and digs deep into the southern plains. This is going to give us those big Arctic blasts with weak little snow events rotating through. But the second feature, jet stream flattens, stronger storm systems track in and go right through Oklahoma and right through Arkansas, which is a great track if you want winter weather. These events are going to be bigger events, rain to ice to snow. In fact, we have one coming up on December 11th. So those are going to be the ones that could give us the bigger winter events. So I'm going to go slightly above average snow. Oklahoma City up the I-44 corridor to St. Louis. Our northwestern counties near average snow. We averaged 12.5 inches of snow. I'm going to go 15 to 18 inches. 2 to 3 ice events, 1 big, slightly below average temperatures, and about 6 Arctic blasts this winter. What are some dates we need to watch? December 11th, right before Christmas, right after Christmas. Both of those could be snow events. January 1st, which is New Year's Day, that first week super cold. Another event on the 11th through 13th. All right, 16th through 24th of January, a very cold stretch with weak little events. February 1st through 3rd, 8th, 9th, 14th, and 15th, also some events. And then again, another very cold stretch from February 18th through about the 24th. Another event right at the end of the month, 27th through March 2nd, and then we soar right on into severe weather season.
People have differing views, of course, on snow. The prospect that we might still have snow on the ground at Christmas, though, is pretty appealing.
Yes, it is, and I'm kind of excited because I do think we could at least have the potential to get some bigger snows this winter.
Yeah, I didn't like the word Arctic blast.
I know it.
Winter long forecast. Doug, thanks. Still ahead, the Pitt State Gorillas hit the floor for a doubleheader against Missouri Western, and the Missouri Southern Lions kick off their MIAA schedule at home against Northwest Missouri. Jacob Leonard has that and more up next.
Well, tonight is the opening night of MIAA conference play for the Missouri Southern Lions. Southern welcomes in Northwest Missouri State tonight to kick off their league schedule. On the women's side, the Lions are 7-0 and ranked 5th in the nation coming into the night. Amaya Johns providing an early spark for the Lions, hits the turnaround jumper. Southern goes on an 11-0 run to begin the game. Then Lacey Stokes knocks one down from deep. Southern up 31-21 at halftime. Now, after the break, Lacey Stokes finds Maddie Stokes for the easy bucket. Lions doing enough to stay out in front. So we go to the fourth quarter now. Stokes sinks another 3. She goes 5 for 8 from behind the three-point line tonight, finishes with a game-high 18 points. Southern goes on to beat Northwest 52-37.
The biggest thing for us is, we got some good looks offensively. We just got to knock some shots down. If we do that, it extends the lead a little bit more and puts a little more pressure on their offense to execute. But our defense has been so good, starting from last year all the way through this first 8 games. It's a comfort feeling that that your defense is going to show up every night, that if your offense doesn't, you're still going to give yourself a chance to win.
To the men's side now, Southern puts their 4-game winning streak on the line tonight against the #1 team in the nation in Northwest. Early in the first, it's Christian Bundy turning, knocking it down. Then Diego Bernard on the other end, drives to the net, finishes through traffic. Bernard, nice night for Northwest. He drops 25. Other end, Vincent Sigmund, nice fake. Makes a little space to sink the shot. Southern trying to stay in this one. Bundy to Nango Na here. Easy layup, but it's all Bearcats tonight. Northwest shuts down Missouri Southern 72-45. The Pittsburg State Gorillas open conference play on Monday with a sweep over Lincoln. Tonight, though, both the PSU men and women aim to stay rolling in a doubleheader with Missouri Western. And we'll start on the women's side. The Gorillas 5-1 to start the season, coming off a 24-point win over Lincoln. In the first quarter, Grace Pyle, strong drive to the rim. She scores 13 tonight. Then Corinna Gerber working inside. She had a nice night. More from Gerber in just a minute. Now, Pitt State down by as much as 13 in the first half. But here, late in the fourth, Gerber gets the steal. Goes the other way and dishes to Aaron Davis for the lay-in. Pitt State comes all the way back to lead at 63-62. Then Gerber, rebound in the putback. Corinna Gerber, 23 points, 17 rebounds, 7 blocks in this one tonight. Now, it's tied. Pitt State ball, 5 seconds to go. Kind of a nightmare scenario here. Western steals. Connie Clark the other way. She's all alone for the game when she missed it. Look at this. She can't believe it. Neither can I. But the game's going to overtime. Now, in overtime, Tristan Gegg, so good in the second half, finishes there. She leads PSU with 23, but Western holds on to beat Pittsburg State tonight 80-74.
I feel like people kind of we were picked 8th because we finished 8th last year, and we have 12 girls on our team total, 10 who are playing, and people are probably will overlook us. So I hope they do, because I think we would surprise some people in this league, and we surprised Western a little bit tonight too.
I think it gives us a good mark point too. Like, hey, like we can do it. Like we just got to go.
And we're never satisfied. That's the thing, is we know where we're at right now, playing a Final Four team, so we just got to keep building from here. We knew they were good, obviously, went to Final Four last year. Turnovers kind of killed us in the first quarter, but if you take out that fourth quarter, we won that ball game. So that's what kind of sucks. It stings a little bit, but we're going to carry that feeling into Saturday's game.
As for the Gorilla men, they're trying for a 3-game winning streak tonight against Western. Quentin Hardrick Jr., really good early, tough drive and the finish. Then Hardrick again, going at the rim for the reverse. He finishes with 12 points, 6 assists. R.J. Forney leads the way tonight for the Gorillas. Here, knocks down the 3 from the top of the key. Forney gets 17 points. Marquis English, the Pittsburgh kid, the double-double machine, drives and lays it in. 10 points, 17 rebounds for Marquis English tonight. This one, another good one, but Western rallies late to win 66-65. Well, tonight is the final night of the CJ Classic in Carl Junction. Tournament host Bulldogs are in the championship this evening, facing the Nevada Tigers. At Carl Junction, looking for another tournament title and a 3-0 start to the season. That game is still going. It's a good one. They're in the fourth quarter, but Nevada leads at 42-38. So we had some good games in Pittsburgh today against Missouri Western, but Western gets the sweep, 2 really close overtime, and then a 1-point win on the men's side.
Yeah, it's tough to lose close.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes it's harder than if you lose big, I think. We'll be right back. Take time now to honor a local veteran. Harvey Baker served in the U.S. Army. The Army Kansas native was stationed in Vietnam, and we are proud to salute Colonel Harvey Baker, a 4-state hero. It's every kid's dream, drawing all over the walls all day long. A British artist has turned that dream into a reality. Reporter Ian Lee shows us the one-of-a-kind doodle house.
This is the splash room.
Rarely do childhood dreams come to life.
The splashes are like portals to Doodleland.
But walking around Sam Cox's house is like stepping into the funny pages.
So this trail of doodles you can see on the floor.
Like a lot of kids, Sam spent his younger years scribbling on walls.
I got in trouble for drawing on the walls. I had this dream of doodling over a whole house and living in the house.
And now you bought your own house, and so you can draw on all the walls.
Yeah, that's right.
Known in the neighborhood as Mr. Doodle, every inch of his 12-room mansion is covered in quirky creations, from floor to ceiling.
Some of the clouds are filled with doodles.
To every nook and cranny.
Is that a working fireplace then?
Yeah, it is.
Every doodle is deliberate. Each room has a theme.
This is the computer room.
It reminds me of Tetris.
I quite like seeing the doodles on the keyboard. because it kind of makes me think that there could be a doodle language one day. This is the ensuite.
Sam's art gives a whole new meaning to drawing a bath.
Have you bathed in this bathtub?
Not yet, no.
The house has taken 2 years to create, each stage captured in stop motion, and he's still doodling.
The chandeliers are quite a tricky thing to do.
When all the doodling's done, Sam will move into the monochrome mansion with his wife, Elena.
And when Sam told you he wanted to live in a doodled house, what was your reaction to that?
I don't know, maybe I'm weird, maybe somebody would be scared of that, but I found it cool.
So to draw a conclusion, dreams of any shape and size really can come true. Ian Lee, CBS News, Kent, England.
Doug and I had the same conclusion. It feels like an adult coloring book that you kind of want to just color in. Don't you want to fill in those?
I don't want to do it. My eyes hurt just watching that.
Can you imagine living there, waking up there, trying to sleep there every day?
Getting the stomach flu, being nauseous. Yeah, sounds great.
The weather is looking pretty great, actually. It's going to be windy, but the temperatures are going to be okay.
It is 60 for us tomorrow, but super windy. We have a wind advisory in effect. That's why it's an alert day. Quite a bit cooler by Saturday. Should be dry, maybe a random shower on Sunday.
Final sports note.
Tomorrow's the day for the Lamar Tigers. They face Blair Oaks in the Class 2 state championship game at 3 p.m. We'll have the latest from that tomorrow night.
Big day. Thanks for joining us. We're going to leave you with video of the 31st annual Chanute Christmas Parade. Let's make it a great tomorrow.